Hello and welcome to my third video about difficult conversations. There's a guy called Tom Wujek who goes around the world with a peculiar set of equipment. It consists of a set of sticks of spaghetti, some duct tape and a marshmallow. And he asks groups of people in meetings in small teams to use this equipment with the brief of making in about 20 minutes the tallest possible freestanding structure. So he's done this a lot and he gets to compare the results. And what he finds is that typically teams like MBA students spend a lot of their time arguing and discussing how to build the structure and theorizing about it, and relatively little time actually building it. And as a result, they're among the least successful groups. They build the least solid and the shorter structures. On the other hand, kindergarten kids who just pile in and get on with it and start trying stuff and building stuff, they build among the tallest structures, and also they're the most creative in the structures that they come up with. So this principle of rapid prototyping actually seems quite effective, I think, particularly for issues that are complex and where we're going into new territory. And for me, that's almost definitional of a difficult conversation, especially from the point of view of the person who is being invited to have it. They're asked to go into new territory and they're not really sure what will happen. So I would suggest it's not actually a context in which it's necessarily smart to try and apply a kind of best practice solution, follow these simple steps. It's actually much better and more natural to take an exploratory approach. And I try to bring that principle of rapid prototyping to behaviour. So what I do when I'm coaching or in a workshop and we're working on a difficult conversation is we find an example of it and we'll create a particular kind of role play of it, a very small scale role play. Not always, but often that will just come down to playing out 2 lines of dialogue. One line from the antagonist, if you like, the sort of thing they say that could be provocative to our client, as it were, and then our client playing him or herself, who typically give their one line of response. And usually in that quite short scene, you can capture a lot of the stuckness and stress of the situation. We set the scene up, we try to make it realistic. Obviously, it is a role play, but we try to make it as realistic as possible. Whoever is playing the antagonist, we kind of coach them to simulate what that person does, so it feels real to this person. You usually know when you've got there, because you can kind of sense the visceral response when this has been dropped into place. We play it once for real, and then I encourage this character here to try different stuff. Often, I'll get them to try something a bit wacky to begin with, to kind of loosen up the synapses and sort of shake out of the trance that you sometimes get into in these stuck situations. And then, just as in the Marshmallow challenge, we iterate. We get this guy here to try lots of different things. If we have got a group of people, sometimes we'll offer an opportunity for people in the audience to change places and come in and try stuff. And in this way, in a really quite short space of time, we as a group get to cycle through lots of possibilities. And it's really fascinating how the insights come, not in an entirely predictable and linear way, but in fits and starts. We start to get ideas, oh, little things that worked. Quite often, one aspect of a performance will work, others may not do. We may go, well, the words weren't very good, but the physical movements that you made seem to work quite well. And over time, through this iteration, we start to build and learn and discover new, more satisfying, more creative ways of being in the conversation. And people get to build their confidence based on discoveries that they themselves have made, rather than just following the rules that they've been given by someone else. Because there can't be one single solution to a difficult conversation. This guy here, our difficult person after all, is a unique human being. They will be difficult in their own particular way. And it will be difficult for this unique human being in a way that's particular and unique to them. And although we can help each other, we each need to find for ourselves the formula that works. So this is a process of discovery, and it respects the fact that difficult conversations don't take place in a vacuum. They are actually, just like the Marshmallow challenge, things that happen in 3 dimensions. It's not just what is said. All of the fun, sunny, subtle aspects of body language are having an impact. How a person holds their shoulders, how a person smiles or frowns, how that frown is interpreted. Quite a lot of this sort of unconscious signals that we give during a conversation are actually really, really important to what goes on. And only by playing it in 3 dimensions do you surface some of that material, which is actually quite central to its success. So there you are, rapid prototyping. That's why I think it's really near the heart of the way I like to work. Oh, so thanks for being here for this one. I hope you'll join me for the next, and we'll continue our exploration.